Hey y'all, happy Thursday. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. We have about an hour and 40 some minutes, so we're going to get going and talk about what is going on with Bullhorn Betty. She seems, and she has been seemingly unraveling over the last, well, a few months excessively. But since Charlie Kirk's assassination, that has just amped her up to a whole other level. So, unfortunately, when you do discuss Betty, a lot of people do not want to talk about, which I understand, the political side of what she is doing, but she continues to inlay it in everything she's doing. So, her posts today are a little wild per normal Betty. We're gonna just get into it though. Burnt Toast starts at 4 p.m. tonight, and she will be reading through the depositions of Betty's recent court case against Queen Bee. How's everybody's day going so far? What y'all up to? We're going to do a little check-in really quick. So we're going to run through this as fast as possible because I want to consolidate quite a bit of information into about an hour and 40 minutes. I had other things to do today, so I was going to hop on earlier, but life and work and, responsibilities has other plans sometimes. So let's get into it. We are going to start off with her community posts. So one thing I want to remind people about was she was proudly posting, Bullhorn Betty, about meeting with U.S. representatives on September 20th by Zoom. If anyone, I'm reading it as it's written, if anyone get bunk copyright strikes against their YouTube accounts that were clear on their face fraudulent, then please send them to me. I will be meeting some U.S. reps September 20th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern by Zoom. They asked that I send plenty of examples prior to this meeting. My email is bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Well, in true Betty fashion, Betty has been over on X. I tell you what, they repost and post the craziest shit on X. It's a mind fuck. But she wrote on September 13th, and you're going to get where I'm going with this. I just want to remind everybody in the true crime genre that this is what hate channels do to us when we're out in the field. Out in the fields? Bitch, what field are you out in? The cornfields? Sunflower fields? What? And I have said from the beginning that this is exactly what the hate channels are trying to do to the people that are bringing the truth on the YouTube platform. We're going to talk about the truth today. YouTube has historically allowed this to happen on their platform by a multitude of people, not just government employees, but also private citizens that utilize their platform and complain regularly about this exact conduct from channels like Queen Bee, Burnt Toast, Titanium, and the other hate channels that exploit and dox other YouTubers and social media personalities. It appears that they usually target conservative people on the platform, and it's hard to dispute that. This practice is very dangerous. I'm also, bitch, what? I'm all social media platforms. You are all social media platforms? You mean you are on all social media platforms? And then, wouldn't you know, she includes my friend Stephen Miller. And if you don't know who Stephen Miller is, I showed examples of who Stephen Miller is the other day, and some of his propaganda that he pushes. Beddy admires people like Stephen Miller and others that are extremely concerning. But let's get into her recent posts. You'll see where I'm headed. So, oh my, she's really been at it. 2 days ago, let me just be very, very clear. This was a joint stipulation between the parties two in the lawsuit. No one won, first and foremost. I am hopeful that she realizes I had every opportunity to take this to trial. If not for her attorney, it would have not ended so peacefully. She's talking about Queen Bee, which is what we're going to kind of get into. If her conduct does continue and she insists on damaging my channel, we will be back in court again. It is just that simple. I pray everybody goes their separate ways and do their own thing lawfully and legally. This was a joint stipulation. She did not have any control to shut down a lawsuit that I brought. So let's be very, very clear. I'm not sure if that is what she's saying, but that is what I'm hearing she's saying. I don't listen to her, nor do I watch, nor do I care. Really, Beddy. Hank's with us too. Sorry, I'm not saying hi to everybody. I got a lot of info that I want to consolidate into this, but thank you for joining me. Okay, sir. Time to be quiet now. Then today, with the deposition reading coming up, she's a little frantic, just like she was 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago when they were initially going to read them, and then Burnt Toast put a pause on it. She was really frantic then too, but people kind of didn't really pay attention that much because it was at the same time she was also unraveling about, her emergency situation of Charlie Kirk, and she was so distraught. Spoiler, an hour ago, she writes, spoiler alert, all the deposition is going to prove is that Dolly and I had a fling months before to almost a year before we went to Idaho, and we were not in a relationship in Idaho. So I understand all they want to do is to try and embarrass me. But this is from 3 years ago. Who gives a rat's ass who I had sex with 3 years ago? Frankly, I don't care I'd prefer not to know. I find it disgusting and very twisted that people are this interested in my life. Yeah, truly, I don't give a shit. You could have just said it doesn't matter who I'm on my knees with behind Chili's. Like, you could have just wrapped it up with that, and I don't give a shit. Truly, don't give a shit. I'm not sure how reading a deposition is worth anybody's time, but hey, I guess people have nothing better to do than to try to live their life through me. Yeah, I'm definitely not interested in living my life through you. If I have to see the world through your lens, no, thank you. No, we see enough of that on here. But what I do expect from deeply troubled, mentally ill, liberal women, well, fucking crazy that you say that they're liberal, because predominantly in this sector is mostly Republican conservative women. Like the old school conservatives and Republicans that used to be law and order, protect the children. But people like Beddy and her friends and this new fucking MAGA movement have tried to reface the conservative movement and what Republicans look like. So now we are told that Republicans, conservatives are the Beddys, the Stephen Crowders, the Stephen Millers, all of that group of people. And I'm sorry, frankly, I don't get down with that because my conservative friends still want to protect the children. They still want to have law and order. Again, you need to differentiate, though, what they're trying to do right in everybody's faces. So just because you are conservative or liberal doesn't mean a flying fuck. Truly, it doesn't. Because at this point, it's insanity versus humanity. But Beddy likes to talk all the time, these talking points. If you are against her, you are somebody that is trying to cost her life, attack her, so therefore you must be a liberal woman. Any pushback that Beddy receives, just like the higher ups, it's all a Democrat thing. It's all a liberal thing. No, people just don't agree with your fuck shit. Okay. And by the way, because I can, I'm going to remind everybody that right now, currently, the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, is refusing to sign in the new lawmaker from Arizona who will be the final vote on the Epstein files. They are intentionally avoiding signing her in, swearing her in, and confirming her nomination. But Beddy is all for, that's her people. You protect the children while you sit there and cheer on Kash Patel, who has lied on its face. Kash Patel is a nonpartisan position. He is the director of the FBI. Bongino's underneath him, the deputy director. Two nonpartisan positions that people should really be paying attention to, because the cover up with the Epstein files, what people tell you they're for protecting the children and law and order, is extensive. It's very extensive and very concerning. But that's what Beddy's been up to. I hope all the hate channels audience realize that these things that they are doing now is just a distraction to keep you from asking, where did all the money went? I should say, where did all the money went? I mean, hey, Beddy, I'll give you a break. Grammar, I'm with you, though. Grammar isn't my thing. I think you need to start asking for receipts, because you guys paid a lot of money for legal representation in a trial that was never paid for in full. As somebody who did donate to Queen's Legal Fund, I'm sufficient. Again, I've seen, that's just my personal stance on it, so I can only speak for me. But we've seen plenty of court filings over 2 years. And everybody's going to have their own position on that, but that's fine. And remember, Burnt Toast headed all of that and promised each and every one of you that you would have your receipts, and she would personally produce them. Maybe now is the time to ask her to live up to her words, because she has been convincing you she doesn't lie. Let's see if she lies about the receipts. Beddy, you okay? You okay out there? I bet you guys will never, ever learn where all your money went, but enjoy reading about my exploits from 3 years ago. Sounds like old news to me and a red herring. Sounds like Beddy is unraveling. You know what I decided to do, though? I could go into like her current unraveling, but I can save that for tomorrow. Let's take a little look-see-loo back in time to December 12th, 2023. Well, look who's on your screen. Doesn't she look a lot different these days? Hey, Hivers. Welcome in. Thank you, Queen Bee.
Hey, guys. So I'm on straight YouTube. I decided not to go through StreamYard. I'm just on here just for a few moments as we start gearing up for a hearing this morning.
We knew that they were going to do this, Queen Bee. We knew. Unfortunately, you knew. We knew this was going to be what they were. This is all they have to stick to. It's going to be her and the people that hate Queen Bee. It's never going to be enough. Let me just say this. No matter what Queen Bee showed, doesn't show, there never is going to be enough. That's a position that you have to just accept. It will never be enough. And they will continue on to spin. And it doesn't matter what is done, what is shown. There will always be something wrong with it because they hate Queen Bee. That's it. And everybody's just going to have to reconcile with that. So back to this. Let's go.
Morning, and just wanted to say hi, because this channel is coming under, not this channel. This channel is good. My other channel is obviously coming under attack from a lot of unknown people associated with one group of people, right? So we're going to be having some issues, that we have to address. We're going to be addressing these issues today. I know a lot of people are talking about it, and I've kept my mouth pretty much shut while I've been dragged through the mud since this entire case has gone on. And in all fairness, everybody says I'm not allowed to talk about the case. I don't know who in the world says I'm not allowed to talk about the case. I'm absolutely allowed to say anything about this case. That's public information. Right? So this idea, this illusion that I can't talk about this case when a whole group of people are clearly talking about this case in an effort to publicly defend myself against the public court action that they have instead of the actual court action.
Huh? Come again? Let's listen to that again. What? Beddy in her word salad, December 12th, 2023. Careful asking me to tell you the date of these things. It really triggers people that I repeat dates. It's a real big problem for folks that I repeat dates.
Who in the world says I'm not allowed to talk about the case? I'm absolutely allowed to say anything about this case that's public information. Right? So this idea, this illusion that I can't talk about this case when a whole group of people are clearly talking about this case in an effort to publicly defend myself against the public court action that they have instead of the
public court action? Huh?
The actual court action. So I just thought I would take a few moments and kind of, discuss this case just a little bit. And while we're here, first and foremost, I want to make sure everybody's.
I did speed her up to 1.25 just in case you need to know that.
Where I was forced into this case. Okay, this is not a case that I wanted to bring. I gave Miss Turner every opportunity.
Forced. Reminder, she was forced. When you hear this deposition today, remember these words that she is using so boldly. She was forced into this case.
To cease action. I've sent her cease and desist letters, which she was told by her people to ignore, which is a bad legal maneuver.
How do you know she was told by anybody? Maybe she just told you to fuck off on her own.
For anybody.
Frankly, I would have too.
Especially when somebody's trying to diplomatically handle a situation. And she's been told multiple times online, from me just being live, that she publicly acknowledged. So there are some things here, but this idea or this illusion that I just brought this case just to pick on somebody is, obviously the people involved know that everything in my complaint is accurate and true and correct to the best of my ability and belief. These things did happen to me. These things are ongoing that are going on in my life. And now they're behind the scenes doing massive things to me.
What?
That I'm not willing to discuss here. I'm going to go ahead and leave that for the courts. But there are other damaging things that are now have reached to a federal level because of a specific action that just happened last night.
Oh, so why did this end up being federal? Again, this is a throwback to what she was telling people in the beginning. She was forced into it. It has reached federal levels. I mean,
so I don't know where this is going to go. Obviously some people are doing some terrible things. They're going to be putting themselves in legal jeopardy. I'm just asking everybody to stop and allow this court hearing to proceed in the court as it's supposed to.
Okay. Because
right now you guys are putting your neck out really, really long for somebody that is being accused of a felony.
Well, fuck, oh dear. Oh, well. Queen? You got any felonies from Beddy? Just asking for me. Did you get cuffed and stuffed with the new felony from Beddy? This was what she was preaching to everybody. And welcome in, Clue Crew. 2023. Remember, just a reminder. Are you sure? Are you sure you're actually living your life? Are you sure about that? Hey, Jay. I don't know. She's pretty confident in what she said right here. Let's hear it again. For anybody coming in, we are doing a throwback to Beddy before Burnt Toast goes on tonight. So you can just remind yourselves of how confident and arrogant she was wrong on December 12th of 2023. We will be going over to Burnt Toast in about an hour and 24 minutes. December 12th of 2023, this is what she was spewing.
Obviously some people are doing some terrible things. They're going to be putting themselves in legal jeopardy. I'm just asking everybody to stop and allow this court hearing to proceed in the court as it's supposed to. Because right now you guys are putting your neck out really, really long for somebody that is being accused of a felony. And I just want to let you guys know that is in fact what I'm accusing these people of.
Yeah, accusing them of crimes. Oh, shit. No, you couldn't be doing that. Brandywine, thank you for being a member for 9 months. Pointer Lover, thank you for being a member for 9 months. And Angel Chips, thank you for the support. Loving this prequel. I was going to go a different direction, but I had some of these and I have this playlist of Beddy is like unraveling, and I was like, you know what? There's some good ones in here, so decided to go here first. Thank you guys.
I'm accusing them of committing crimes against me, but I have no recourse because of the investigative body being here in Manatee County. I need, Illinois is not the investigative body. This only leaves me one option to get this stuff to stop, and that is a civil suit. And so that is what I'm in. And we're going to be going to court this morning on a status conference. Now, there's not a whole lot that comes from status conferences. You're just kind of gauging the case and where we are in the case. And obviously, we're at the very beginning stages.
Guess where we're at today? It's over.
We have a few hearings that need to come, come up. This whole motion to dismiss, that's the counterclaims. It's a normal process when you really don't have defenses. A lot of people.
Oh, the counterclaims were only brought because she was alleging that Queen Bee didn't have defenses.
As an option, decide to do counterclaims, just to see.
Meanwhile, she's the one that had to rewrite the complaint over and over and over again because it didn't land and the counterclaim was accepted. Yeah. Okay. All right, Beddy, tell us more.
If they can do something. This notion that I said 3 statements and she's got defamation, but these hundreds and hundreds of hours of conversations are just mild chit chat when she's actually displayed me in animated characters, doing private things with another creator on her panel.
No, animated characters, you don't say.
She thinks it's funny. These people think that
I have a feeling that we're going to learn some funny things tonight.
Humiliating people is funny. They think that nonstop harassment every single day is their right to do. They actually believe that they have a right to drag somebody nonstop without a private person, mind you. They don't know me.
A private person? Since when are you a private person? I love how people use that to disguise themselves when it's convenient for them. You are absolutely, according to the Pennsylvania courts, absolutely a limited public figure, if not a full public figure. And according to your own words, you are this huge public figure in your own head. So why were you trying to mask yourself as a private citizen?
They never met me. They have nothing to do with me,
and all of this bullshit that you put out here, people often forget this is a public platform. You can cry harassment, defamation, freedom of speech, baby.
Think that they are literally entitled to cause me personal, professional, and financial harm.
Oh, really?
And they think that there's nothing anybody can do about it, that it's their First Amendment right to destroy somebody's livelihood.
So are we going to learn in the depositions that they caused her professional, financial, and personal harm? I wonder.
They actually, in their brains, honestly believe there is nothing that can be done for that. And anybody that is engaging in this practice, I'm going to ask you to stop. We're getting to a point in this case where your actions and your help to specific creators are going to be called into question.
Are you trying to intimidate folks?
I've got one of the right people. Now, we all know that there is a few heads that need to be brought up, right?
A few heads that need to be brought up. What the fuck does that mean? Are we growing heads out of gardens now? What the fuck are you talking about?
A coordinated, concerted effort by about 4 major people.
Oh, the heads of the other 3. So Queen Bee was just one she caught. There were 3 others.
That caused all this nonsense for me. So the judge is going to have, I'm not required. I just want to make that clear. Not required by law to include them in this suit. I'm only entitled to go after Queen Bee for what she specifically did to me. I can't include all of the other people that she included in it. I can only include what she has done. And
wait, then why did you try to include all these other people when you initially... Beddy, this has been a really rough 2.5 years for you, hasn't it? I mean, the aging definitely tells us such. The hairline diminishing tells us such. The hair color tells us such. But wow, you were really full of yourself back here.
That's what I'm doing. So I know that whatever is going to happen today, it's going to be filled with a bunch of lies coming from them to peddle, that this has happened. But I just want to remind people as we go into this court hearing, and this is stuff that they've said because I've kept my mouth shut about this, right? I haven't talked.
Once again, this was her trying to get in front of a status conference and updates about court. They're going to lie about it, just like she's trying today. This isn't what you really need to be asking. You need to be asking about this. These are deflection mechanisms that she's been attempting all along after she brought this legal action. She claims she was forced into it, though.
About the court case, I haven't talked about the court hearing or anything of that nature. But I also want to say that these are the same group of people that don't understand what a motion to amend a First Amendment amended complaint is, calling it an amendment complaint, which is the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard. Okay, somebody that stands on how well their research is. How well their research is, and there's no narrative behind this. We're just reviewing her, right? No, you're not. You're lying about me. You're defaming me. That's what you're doing. Let's call it what it is. So they have no clue what they're talking about when it comes to court documents, but they go out there and they try to say with a sweet voice that they do. And they mislead their entire audience on falsehoods about the court proceedings. I would beg everybody out there to do your own legal research.
Oh.
Go through the documents. Why aren't they handing you the documents? Why are they having to show it on a screen? Why don't they give you the PDF so you can review it and look up the laws that are clearly established within all of my pleadings?
Oh, Beddy. Tonight's going to be really tough for her. Chapped. Love y'all. But resting with eyes closed. Sending you huge hugs. I hope everything's going as well as possible. Thank you for being a member for 20 months. Amy, thank you for being a member for 12 months. Bombs Becca, thank you for being a member for 14 months. Yep, you've been here a minute. That is for sure. But no, Captain Napton, stop it. She was supposed to hand these PDFs so people could see it in a different form, the same thing on a screen versus. All right.
I make sure that
Betty's world, we're just living in it.
I include the case law to support my claims, evidence to support my claims, and of course, everybody's knowledge on that side, knowing that these things actually truly did happen and exist, even while they're allowing those content creators to say they did not. There was a lot of hands in this. There was a lot of hands that were elicited for this bully campaign against me. Okay? But we have to go to the source. Who started it? Who created the problem? Right? Who created the problem? So before they mislead anybody else saying that I'm the one that brought this on myself because I filed the suit, well, let's look at the 2 months that I tried to resolve the suit behind the scenes amicably and was told to go F myself.
The date of this, again, is December 12th, 2023.
And no matter what I do, they're taking my channel at all costs. And even as these court proceedings are existing, they are trying to financially harm me to force me out of this court hearing. Why, if they're so proud of the work they did and they believe the law is behind their actions?
How was anybody trying to financially harm you? Pointing out the bullshit that you say online is not trying to financially harm you. It's your own bullshit. You are so proud to stand on the bullshit you spew. Then how the fuck is it financially harming you? I'd love to know. Curious minds would love to know.
Why would they be engaging in trying to cause financial harm so I'm forced out of the lawsuit? Has anybody thought to stop and ask that question? Because this seems awfully intentional that all these things that you guys don't know about.
Speaking of financial harm, I think things like this probably harm you more than anything else and probably cause you financial harm when you are misallocating, in my opinion, legal funds to trips.
I couldn't say.
This is from September 18th, 2025.
I couldn't have agreed more with that assessment than that. So, guys, I just want to tell you, I appreciate you guys an awful lot. This trip truly would not have been possible. I mean, well, I had already decided I was coming, but it really wouldn't have been possible without digging into the legal fund to do it. And so with the contributions that have helped me come out here have really helped a lot. It made it a lot less stressful of how was I going to do this? Where was the money going to come from? Because this was unexpected. If you guys know anything about me, I budget the crap out of my life. So everything is budgeted to be able to manage the stuff that we do here. And I don't budget or manage emergencies. And that probably needs to be part of a strategy, but I've never been in a situation like this where, everything's always known. So even if I don't want to do something, if it's known, there's something already set aside for it. But that's how I do everything. You got to remember, we were traveling all over this country when I was only making $1,000 a month. You cannot do that without budgeting the crap out of a budget. And that had to pay for living expenses as well as traveling expenses. So I've just learned budget. And this is where we're at. And I'm very, very thankful that I didn't have to sit at home and feel horrible about not being out here. So they were Rena. It's just been I couldn't have agreed.
Let's listen to that once more, because I think it's very important when we hear the deposition reading today and wrap all of this together. She has a legal fund for her appeals in Tennessee because she, in my opinion, harassed the family of a missing child and their extended family repeatedly. In fact, we'll get into more of that tomorrow. But she has this legal fund that she tapped into. I mean, it's quite the, yeah, let me put it full screen. You can see the difference of Beddy over the 2 years. But I think this is very important. While she's claiming everybody else has financially damaged her, she has gotten into multiple frivolous lawsuits, her choice. The one was pro se in Pennsylvania. Then the one in that she's been ongoing with Queen Bee, she went pro se also. But these are all choices of hers. Then she chose to go from Florida to Tennessee to harass this family repeatedly, has continued to smear this family on false allegations. And now that she's in this appeal and asking her subs for money, she is blatantly telling them, and once again spitting in their faces, oh, I'm just going to use that to, go travel some more and get some more content for my YouTube channel, even though it's for my appeals.
More with that assessment than that. So, guys, I just want to tell you, I appreciate you guys an awful lot. This trip truly would not have been possible. I mean, well, I had already decided I was coming, but it really wouldn't have been possible without digging into the legal fund to do it. And so with the contributions that have helped me come out here have really helped a lot. It made it a lot less stressful of how was I going to do this? Where was the money going to come from? Because this was unexpected. If you guys know anything about me, I budget the crap out of my life. So everything is budgeted to be able to manage the stuff that we do here.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish something with the shot collar. I will make fun of anybody's looks that I choose to, and they shall be able to do the same in return. You don't see me sitting up here crying about it. So just a reminder, this is my channel, and I will and shall mock anybody's looks I choose to. Okay. All right. I wish I was a little bit taller. Just a quick little PSA. Don't give a fuck.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of...
That was courtesy of the beautiful Duchess. Again, just a reminder, you don't like what I say or what I'm talking about, see your fucking way out and don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Come back when you can't stay so long. Let us carry on to the important details.
Here, and I don't budget or manage emergencies, and that probably needs to be part of a strategy.
Thank you, Captain Napton, for coming in with the correct words.
But I've never been in a situation like this where everything's always known. So even if I don't want to do something, if it's known, there's something already set aside for it. But that's how I do everything. You got to remember, we were traveling all over this country when I was only making $1,000 a month.
She taps into legal funds. That's how she does it. She tells you that she needs funds for an appeal, and she taps into those when she gets herself in a bind and wants to say, oh, it's an emergency. It's a family emergency.
You cannot do that without budgeting the crap out of a budget. And that had to pay for living expenses as well as traveling expenses. So I've just learned budget. And this is where we're at. And I'm very, very thankful that I didn't have to sit at home and feel horrible about not being out here. So they were Rena. It's just been, it's been hard, it's been hard on me although we weren't like tight or best friends or anything like that, we had
He didn't even know who the fuck you were. You had to pay for pictures with them. Come on, shut up.
respect for one another. We've seen each other. Again, I think there's been at least 20 or 30 different organizations that I've seen.
We'll get into more of that tomorrow. Let's go back to December 12th, 2023. That's just a reminder of Beddy's financial harm that she does to herself.
About going on behind the scenes are all happening as we're leading up to this court hearing. And not only that, but they're all going to one specific channel to brag about what they're doing, to tell their master how obedient they are being to her. So let's call a spade for a spade. Let's remove the veil of deception when it comes to this court proceeding.
Oh, I think the veil of deception is going to be lifted in the next couple days. Going into tonight, I have a feeling that a lot of your deception will be exposed.
Because I am allowed to speak the truth of the matter. I'm allowed to speak what is going on. I'm not allowed to give you guys or divulge certain details, but those certain details haven't been realized. Right now, all we're working on is public record, right? The public record that they chose to put out there, slander and humiliate me with, and drive a narrative of untruth in what they're actually reading.
Oh, well, shit. I think this is going to age really well. Really, really well for you. Beware marching band may follow. I suggest pretzels, chocolate, whatever you can. You can consume anything. The munchies will be in full effect. I encourage anybody to get your drink, whatever your drink of choice is, have it beside you, or a joint or two, whatever your thing might be. And if it's just a Diet Coke, then go with the Diet Coke. But do not drink at certain times through this deposition reading, as you may have hazard to your own health. Choking materials might be an issue, because I have a feeling that some of Beddy's ass is going to be exposed very big time for the internet to see. And there's nothing she can do about it.
So I anticipate after this court hearing that they'll be running to their microphones and lying about what happened at the court proceeding. As you know, the judge is only allowing people to be inside that courtroom to hear the proceedings. So if you would like to personally see the court proceedings for yourself and what's going on, now today's a case status conference. There's a lot of moving parts with this. I've been requested for deposition. So I'm actually requesting right now, to depose the same day. So.
Oh, shit. December 12th, 2023. She had been requested for deposition. Sorry, they're doing yard work out here. So she avoided those for that long. She attempted to stay away from depositions, and they still happened. Yikes.
If I'm being deposed, I'd like to depose her, but I still, after multiple emails, still have not heard from her attorney related to that. So, at this point, if they're going to be keeping their audience posted on the goings and comings, if she's going to be passing information off the burnt toast through BTIM or herself, and it's going to keep making circulations around all of her friends' channels that she elicits help with, and they're just going to continue to drag me and continue to work on trying to take my channel down to cause financial harm, to force.
Again, them reading the publicly available court documents doesn't mean shit about being handed off. Again, those things were not, but tonight you gave them another opportunity to drag your ass, not for financial harm in any way, shape, or form, just because it's factually you drug your own ass. You filed this. You did all of this. Let's not sugarcoat this. You opted to do this. This was your choice. You claim you were forced into it, which we all know that's a lie. But again, consequences of one's actions. Enid, thank you for becoming a member. Baby, thank you for being a member for 12 months. And Vibrator, the island is the best place to be. 18 months now. Thank you, Vibrator, for the support. Tonight's going to be interesting.
Me out of this case, that I definitely will be making sure that this side is well versed on what's going on in those very proceedings. And I'm not going to do sneaky stuff like passing around documents to people on back channels.
Did she ever keep her people updated? I don't think so.
Or, coordinating this and coordinating that on back channels, that will leave for those people, the kind of people that I sue. We'll leave that for them. And we will just move forward with me addressing the things that need to be addressed, that I can lawfully address without getting in trouble with the courts. And this is one of those ways that I can address you guys without coming into the courts. So without getting in trouble with the courts, so to speak. But, this nonstop campaign against me from only one side, but every time we say something, we're not supposed to talk about it. Well, I find it funny because I don't ever see those messages in a certain creator's chats when she's discussing the case or bringing my name up, nobody ever says, oh, you're not supposed to be talking about her. Oh, you're not supposed to be doing this. Why don't we just leave her alone and let the courts decide, right? It's only when they want to come over here and harass us. So I'm tired. The gloves are off. We are going to move through this case. There is a case here. And we know that there's a case here because they're working overtime to try to cause as much financial damage to force me out of this case as possible.
Well, again, back to the financial damage. Hold on to your seats.
The problem is what they fail to realize is I have pockets, okay? People that are supporting and will support this claim. Have I received $1 from them? I have not, and nor will I, unless I need it. So this idea, this illusion.
Well, that's quite interesting. Hold on. You were pretty confident that if you needed money going forward, they would provide it for you. At this point in time, she hadn't received $1 for it. But I wonder if there was financial support behind the scenes.
And that even if my channel comes down, I'm not going to be fighting her in court. Yes, I will. My channel is not coming down. I've never broken a rule. What they are saying through those those false copyright strikes are untrue. The video is absolutely in the public domain. They need to refer to Packingham versus North Carolina.
Again, Betty, I'm going to ask for me and everybody else. How did your meeting go on September 20th when you met with representatives, the United States representatives that were so concerned about copyright strikes on September 20th, 2025? You said you had a meeting with them via Zoom. How did that go? How did that work out for you? Did they say, yeah, we don't really give a fuck? You talked about copyright claims back here in 2023 too.
Which basically say the public domain is the new news square. You know, it's the public square. So once it's in there, once it's in the public square, I have every right to utilize it under fair use. And so they have falsely copyright strike my channel because it absolutely is in the public square, and it was in the public square prior to me making any videos about it. And it was up and it was public. It was posted and it was public. So that's all my requirements are, and I've met that threshold. So it was false.
Captain, didn't she stop months before this talking about her? If I remember correctly, it was like the end of the summer almost that she stopped speaking or allowing her name to even be said in chat. I can't remember exactly when it was, but I wanted to say it was closer to the end of summer. I didn't pay attention as well as I should have, but yeah, there's so many things. There's a video right here that I have pulled up of her going through and doxing Queen Bee's record on March 30th, 2023. Like, she's got the court website pulled up, going through and doxing all of Queen Bee's information out. March 20th, 2023.
Copyright strikes in an effort to cause financial harm. And guess what? We find out that it's another person that just ran right over to the specific channel and started bragging to their fearless leader about what they'd done. This Kiara girl would have never done this by themselves. She was coached into doing it. She was reached out to by somebody and coached into doing it. And she was actually walked through the process, but not.
Wait, I thought you didn't your buddies coach you? I just had to crack a Diet Coke for this. Didn't your buddies, JLR and Molly, try to coach you for a while there too until you shit on them and they got pissed at you? Didn't they help coach you? I wonder.
For anyone else, not for anyone else, just me. So that is a false copyright strike, if I've ever heard it. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows what is true.
I thought this one was great. Honestly, I was like, oh, Upsetty Beddy for 2 years is great.
Truly going on here. Obviously, Blank Screen has put out some messages. I thought they weren't keeping me under surveillance, but
shout out to Blank Screen. Somehow you kept her under surveillance.
Clearly they are. Yes, my house was swatted. Somebody called in a false suicide claim to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They tried to have my house swatted.
So was your house swatted or was it not swatted? Let's back that up. You say both things. You say your house was swatted, and then you say that somebody called in a mental health check. You were never swatted, Betty. Somebody called in on genuine concerns, from my understanding, that you were expressing very concerning behavior.
Blank Screen has put out some messages. I thought they weren't keeping me under surveillance, but clearly they are. Yes, my house was swatted. Somebody called in a false suicide claim to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They tried to have my house swatted just in the past week. In the past week.
That's what I thought, Captain.
That's only one incident. One of the stuff that goes on behind my scenes that I don't talk to you about. Just one. I've told you guys they've had me under surveillance. They've been stalking me, and people came here and told me I was a liar because they were lying at what they were doing to me.
You did lie. You flat out lied. You were never freaking swatted. That was proven. Somebody calling it, oh my God. Just listening to how this has gone and the fucking bullshit that she has spewed for over 2 years. Oh my, Beddy.
But every time you turn around, who's going real life?
And where's the proof that anybody ever kept you under surveillance? People in your own neighborhood that you've been fighting with for fucking years on end because of your political bullshit and your antics? What?
It's definitely not Camp Bullhorn, Beddy, is it? That Christmas gift, we still got the gifts in here. I've got to drop off this week to the church. These people that say they never go real life, shame on Beddy for going real life. Do you know they reached out to the church, and not just reached out to the church on multiple occasions?
If you go to her ex, she is actually requesting that anybody that is Democratic, and this is no joke, on her ex, she suggests that anybody that is a Democrat be removed from churches. Shut the fuck up, Beddy. Seriously, shut the fuck up. Old Beddy and new Beddy, just shut up.
Now, I don't know about you, but I've never done anything. Even my crimes, even in the past that they talk about, not one of them has been theft. Not one of them has.
That's what they all do, Captain. They lump it all together. It doesn't matter.
Been robbery. Not one of them has been anything other than alcohol or drug abuse related. Every last one of the charges. But somehow they think, because I'm sure that they do this themselves, because who thinks of this, right? Who thinks of...
Wait, hold up. There's just too many lies all in this one.
Talk about. Not one of them has been theft. Not one of them has been...
Hold on. We got to hear that fully, because my head whipped around.
Church reached out to the church on multiple occasions. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never done anything. Even my crimes, even in the past that they talk about, not one of them has been theft. Not one of them has been robbery. Not one of them has been anything other than alcohol or drug abuse related.
Oh, never mind. You did tell the truth. They have been alcohol and drug. Okay. All right. I thought you said they weren't. Okay.
Every last one of the charges.
Okay. Cool. Move on.
But somehow they think, because I'm sure that they do this themselves, because who thinks of this, right? Who thinks of conning people around Christmas time, right? Who thinks about that? I certainly don't.
She didn't mention violence. You notice that was not in the repertoire.
So it really takes a person that has done something like that to have an experience like that. So you have to imagine the horrible things that these people do to other people to think people act this way. I mean, just think of the psychology. We tried to help an 8-year-old boy in the family and a church. And you know what they did? They went real life. And you know who they're associated with? I'll leave that up to you. But this illusion that I'm doing all these things behind the scenes that they have convinced you of, I have.
Who's the 8-year-old she tried to help? The 8-year-old boy.
Never once ever done. They've only came with words, never once receipts. But you know what? I let them put the receipts about me because I knew if they came from me, you wouldn't believe them. But Blank Screen put them up, didn't he? A person that says he's not keeping me under surveillance. A person that we know is tied to who am I suing right now? Right? Has you here and now. I would like to know what happened. I would like to know why it happened. And I want your story. If you have firsthand knowledge about what happened and why, messages, screenshots, anything else behind the scenes, I've got a lot. I can tell you that.
Were you attempting to bring other people into your lawsuit? No.
I've got a lot. And it's very highly disturbing, especially the ones where they're basically saying they want me to lose my shit online and record every bit of it. That to me is highly disturbing.
Oh, that's
as they're gunning for me.
Right? That's right. Christmas wish. Yep. I remember now that she was doing everything. Okay. I remember. Thank you.
Right? What did they think would happen? I want to know what the end game was for these people. Was it the loss of my life? Because I'm wondering if that's the reason why they started coming after my channel, is I didn't act the way they wanted me to act. I didn't give them the show that they wanted to have. Laura, you can say I'm delusional, but you know what? The proof is in the pudding. And screenshots are 1,000 words, especially when they have a certain creator's name right under them. So you guys know, especially if you've been in the back chats, that they were trying to get me to have outbursts online, and they wanted you all to record them. Only you guys in those back chats know whether that's true or not. And I can guarantee it is. Because
Oh, really?
I've seen it with my own eyes.
You've seen it with your own eyes. Oh.
What was the end game?
I don't know.
Or did you not think about what the end game could possibly result in? I'm very, very curious. But it's very highly, highly upsetting to me that a group of people would do something like this and people would literally help them do it. People have some soul searching to do. A lot of soul searching. A lot of soul searching. It is the Christmas time. I hope each and every one of you guys go to church. Realize.
And the religious bullshit got real deep. Go to church. Beddy is a Christian nationalist.
How your actions to help a particular creator has damaged another one. And you need to decide for yourself whether you want to be a witness to this or if you want to help her continue. Because I'm telling you, this is going to this is not going to end pretty for anybody. I mean, I expect that they're going to do everything they can to get my stuff to try to drag, because they've been dragging all lies through the mud anyways. And the stuff that they won't want you to see is stuff that's going to benefit me. And that's why they're hiding it from you. I also found out that this group, you know, when people are starting to open their eyes and ask questions.
Oh, excuse me. I need to correct myself. It's just the hierarchy of the Democratic Party should be expelled from any church that they go to for their wicked and evil ways. They are foxes inside that church. Just the hierarchy. If you are just a typical Democrat, you're okay. It's just the hierarchy that she's bitching about current times. September 14th was the date of that. Back to this.
I'm hearing that they call us intolerant, so, you know, intolerable over here. But when people start asking legitimate questions in a respectful way, they're being blocked over there. Blocked for asking very specific questions. And I've heard it multiple times.
But you don't watch or pay attention. So how do you hear it? How are you seeing it? You don't pay attention.
My comments was
you remind us that all the time.
Absolutely removed from a particular creator for explaining that she's stalking me and harassing me. And I've asked her constantly to quit reaching out to me, quit flagging me, quit making contact with me by any way, shape, or form. And this woman can't do that and remove that comment from her channel so she can act like that I didn't say that.
No, not a comment being removed of Beddy's. Beddy. Oh no, you had a sad, as Burnt Toast says.
These people are doing stuff, but it's all one group in one place, headed by basically two people. One that elicited help from another. And that's what we're alleging. And then the ancillary people that do the dirty bidding. So take it for what you will. The counterclaim, the amended counterclaim, the first amended counterclaim filed is normal and customary in a case like this. Did you hear me?
Yes,
normal and customary in a case like this.
Was it? Was it now? I guess we'll find out more.
It's not.
It didn't seem like it was normal and customary.
A deal. She's got me saying 3 things allegedly. 3. A far cry from hundreds of hours, or animated displays, or the actual public coordination with these very groups on her lives. People need to go back and look at what really happened.
Thank you, Deanna. I've been working really hard. I'm just joking. Those shorts take me like 3 minutes to do and toss up there. But people keep bitching about my long form content. And so I just decided to give them something else to bitch about. People's own actions, people's own words are real funny when you put them and break them down to 60-second clips that are just them. You don't have to slow them down or anything. I appreciate you enjoying them. I am enjoying writing a soundtrack to the fuckery. I am.
I would suggest you going back to the Quentin Steinman case. And you'll see a clear jealousy as soon as I start making money on there, which I spent every penny of that there. But she didn't know that because she doesn't have.
Oh, shit. Not another person that we're jealous of. Oh, shit. I cannot handle all the jealousy. We want to live Beddy's life. We want to live Brittany's life. I mean, how can we even survive?
My bills. You see a very definitive change in Queen Bee and how she tried to take me out.
Oh.
Financially.
We've seen a definitive change in Queen Bee. She's still a bee. Buzzing around. I'm not really sure about that.
Personally and professionally. And so there's my statement. If they want to get me in trouble for it, I'm lawfully allowed to come here and talk about stuff that's on the public record.
She even chaptered these as her statement. Here's her statement.
And that has been alleged
I love
in the
this.
public record. So
Oh,
let's start cleaning this up. Let's start clearing it up. Like I said, this is time for some truth serum. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of them deceiving their people and conning them out of money. And it's Christmas time. And I love all people, even the ones that don't love me. And I pray for them the hardest. But I do see that they're starting to wake up and starting to ask them.
don't worry. Betty is praying for all of you, all of us demoniacs. Betty and BJ have got us covered. They are rebuking us. Oh, by the way, I heard that the new rapture date has moved to October 5th. So there's still time. Maybe if we pray hard enough, the chosen ones will get to go in this rapture on October 5th. Just so you know.
Major questions, because they have to ask themselves too.
And again, that is not a slight at Christianity. That is a slight at these fucking crazy assholes like Betty and crew. If you actually read the Bible, again, it says in Mark that nobody's going to know the time or date. So don't get offended by me making fun of the rapture.
What really was the end game here? Why so hard? And why are they pulling out all the stops now as this case is starting to heat up? And I'm talking about all the stops. I only told you.
Lorraine, I've heard that only happens behind Chili's, but then again, I might be misinformed. There might be other places that she falls on her knees at.
One thing, which was enough to horrify most of you. That was just one thing that's going on with me behind the scenes from this group of people. Just one, allegedly, in my opinion only. Actually, I'm going to remove that. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. If it's damaging to somebody, prove it. Prove it. You guys know my address, right? Know my address. So we need to start finding out why this happened. So anybody that has any information.
Nope. We already figured out the attire for the rapture last time. It's naked. We're going naked. Birthday suits are all you have to have. But you do need to make previous lists to be prepared. So when you leave everything behind, they know how to feed, take care of your home, everything. If you need a reminder, I did a video and there was a lot of information in that. So if you could make sure to get prepared, but just go naked. Naked is the way to go. Yeah, well, you guys hit that thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Thank you.
You can send that to me anonymously, make up a new account, just get me the information, something that I can verify, and I will work.
Hit that thumbs up
on it. I don't want to cause any. I want the problem people addressed. The people that were duped into doing, underhanded stuff for them. I'm not looking to start.
People were duped into doing underhanded things. What the fuck? No
problems with you. I have no qualms against you. I feel like you guys were lied to and screwed. So if you're tired of being lied to and screwed, reach out to me, bullhornbetty@gmail.com, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Anyways, I'm looking for any and all information related to why we're here and what truly happened to me and why. So
what happened to you? What did happen to you?
Well, if you've got that, please send it over to me. It has to be verifiable. So send me the information. I will, and this will be confidential because I will.
Is it kept confidential if people are helping you lie and create shit? I don't know. I don't know.
I'm allowed to investigate my own case. And as long as I have a way to get the information above board, through discovery request, I'll keep your name out of it. I'll see what I need to get. I'll make the discovery request for it and make them turn it over. So I can keep a lot of people's names out of this stuff, and I won't even know your name anyways because you're sending it to me anonymously, but just send it to me. There's a lot of stuff out there as to what happened and why it's happening to me. And anybody that has participated in this, I want to know. I want to know. And like I said, if you want to be beneficial, let's be beneficial, but be truthful.
I gotcha.
And you need to start talking to your people about what truly happened behind the scenes so people don't think I'm making this all up. Because I know that there's some people pulling away from this very group that know the truth.
The people that pulled away from that group of people were just as scandalous and then turned around and did scandalous shit. Okay. How did this has been a very interesting 2 years.
Speak the truth. Have the balls. Have the backbone, the fortitude. Start speaking up.
Have the testicular fortitude.
People need to know the truth. And until you start breaking your silence, they're not going to know it. All right, guys. Well, I've got I guess I can stay on here a little bit longer.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Until my time, 10:30. So I'm just, as I'm going through this case and I'm reviewing all the data and information related related to the case.
Her investigative skills have done her well.
You know, it worries me because I'm clearly seeing what's happened.
Again, did you present this to the U.S. reps that you met with on the 20th? Asking for me because I would really like to know. She said she had a meeting with U.S. representatives and they were really interested in all of her copyright strikes and things she was going to be having. How did that pan out for you? Asking for me. Here's a down payment for you to please do a montage video with all the clips of people talking bad about me. If you know, you know. Alma, I actually probably could, truly.
And I'm clearly seeing what they wanted for content. And quite frankly, it's very highly disturbing to me. And should be highly disturbing to anybody. This goes beyond anything I have ever seen.
No,
I can personally tell you that. I can personally tell you that. Gone beyond anything I've ever seen. Anything. And I just find it funny that every time anybody wants to brag about it, it seems like it's only one or two channels they go and brag on, doesn't it? I mean, you guys would know more than me because I don't watch this garbage.
Right.
And I know you guys do because you guys send me snippets and clips.
Right. Okay.
But I hope you guys wake up soon and realize nobody deserves this. Think about it if it was you. Think about it. Being swatted at your home.
Didn't happen. Mental health check did happen. Swatted did not. You were offered resources.
So don't sit there and tell me that this shit is not going on because you know what? Even though I keep it behind my closed doors and don't bring it public here on YouTube, you got animals that have me under surveillance and having no problem posting it. So they just showed my receipts for me.
Oh.
So if you don't think it's happening, I'm going to call you liar, liar, pants on fire because your own people proved it is. Funny how I let that happen, isn't it? I could have came with that. I told the attorney immediately. Immediately.
Oh. Did you?
Needs to get his client under control and understand she's got a pickle. So this illusion that she's telling you she's just fine, you better be looking at her body language because she didn't look fine to me.
Oh shit. How the fuck were you reading Queen Bee's body language when Queen Bee doesn't come on camera? How? X-ray goggles? Did you guys buy her like some sort of high tech? She's got a camera in Queen Bee's home. How was she reading Queen Bee's body language when she doesn't even see Queen Bee? That's a skill. I need to know more.
She looks like she's finally getting a clue that this is real, that this is no joke, what all of her friends kept trying to say to her.
How does she look like anything when you don't see her on camera?
This bullying on YouTube needs to come to an end.
I agree.
It's got to stop before somebody gets hurt. And when they get hurt, I'm blaming the people responsible.
Who's that?
I'm blaming the people responsible. Let me find out that somebody was bullied by this group of people to death. I believe one of their cohorts, you guys know how I feel about that. I believe one has already been responsible for two. But that's just my opinion because nobody's confirmed. I know one.
Those are pretty hefty allegations to put off on people, and pretty interesting that when people get pushback, that's what they go to.
I know one.
Who is that person?
I'm still waiting for the second one to be confirmed.
Oh.
Internet bullying is a crime. It is absolutely a crime.
Gotta be.
Internet bullying is a crime. I don't know why these people have convinced their audience that what they're doing is above board. That to me is absolutely nuts. That somebody honestly thinks that they can literally ruin somebody's life nonstop, and it's their right to do.
Oh.
These people are so deluded upstairs that they think that this is true.
Deluded,
because they're being told this by an idiot.
Oh.
And not only that, look at all the like how many people are literally in here just to watch me? Just to hate. It's a small group, by the way.
Probably 3/4 of your audience. Carry on.
Okay. I just want to let the small group know you guys are about 10% of my audience, even on a good day. Just FYI. 10%.
10%.
That's it.
She's
you think you guys, you think you're everyone. Like this backup channel hasn't proved for you a few things. It's proven that people like love over hate. because the subscriber count is literally going through the roof. I don't buy subscribers. I never even knew there was such a thing, but obviously they do. So it makes you wonder, how do they know that? I didn't know that. I've been on here for 2 years. Didn't know you could buy subscribers.
Well, isn't that an interesting thing? Her subscriber count was going through the roof. So how are you proving financial harm? Oh, wait, you couldn't? Is that what we're going to learn? I'm so excited for these depositions. And what do we got? 38 minutes.
I had no freaking clue. Had no clue, right? You can buy subscribers. So they know about that and probably have utilized that system. Makes you wonder. I have never. So you have all this. They literally equate, even on their best days, to maybe 10% of our overall audience. That's it, 10%. Literally nothing. But they think.
I figured this was a good reminder going into tonight of some of the things that Beddy has claimed over the last couple years. I mean, this is just one little reminder. There's been so many things she has said and done, but this one just stood out to me. That was great.
They're so big and bad, and because they think they don't like me, that everybody else out there doesn't like me because they don't like me. I mean, these are I'm telling you, this is truly how they think and believe. This is truly how they think and believe. Look at that Literally Davis person. Hated me forever. Over what? Lies. Brings it up there. Receipt. They're like, oh, yeah.
Literally Davis fam. Shout out.
No, you accused me and you didn't have one receipt, but yet you ran with that. For how long did Literally Davis run with all that? Over a year and a half.
December 12th, 2023 is the date of this one.
Over a year and a half. She ran with a bunch of lies. Never had one receipt to prove anything that she said. And finally, when I addressed her with receipts and proved to her for a year and a half, she has lied and peddled lies and peddled lies and peddled lies. And I still bet you she is a more Beddy hater over those lies that she thought she knew. She's probably still mad at me. I bet you anything. What do you bet? She's angry with me because she was lied to. Because it's always Beddy's fault, right? Always Beddy's fault. I know you do, Connie. I know. I wish I could pull your messages up, but I can't. And you don't need to delete messages. I really don't care if they stay. To be honest with you, in here, I remove the chat messages anyways. I could really care less. We're not going to be engaging in their opinions anymore. They're idiots. They're idiots, and I prove they're idiots time and time again. They have not one scintilla of proof or receipts for any allegations they said to me, even the 42 or 43 arrests. Give me a break. Cut it out. I was arrested twice a month for 6 solid months. That's 12 arrests right there. Hardly a crime of the century. It was all probation related for me doing what? Substances. Oh.
I mean, that's something. That's something to be.
Oh my God. Yes, I was a piece of shit on drugs. Oh my.
I mean, you're still a piece of shit off drugs. That's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. In fact, I might have liked the person on drugs. Maybe they might have mellowed you out some. I don't fucking know. I'm starting to think maybe that was the right move.
My God, sue me.
But then again, you were really violent then. So I don't know. I just think you're an overall piece of shit. And that's my opinion. You know, this freedom of speech thing that we have that you like to use when it's convenient for you. Yeah, I just think you're an overall piece of shit.
At least I'm not a piece of shit still currently on drugs. Like half the people that are talking smack about me. Oh, yeah. I forgot you guys don't know about that either, right?
Oh.
Up fast, right? They must really hate me. I'm a Christian lady. I don't engage in a lot of the
I'm a Christian lady. If I had $1 for every time I heard one of these clowns say that.
Shenanigans. I don't have children. I have my house bought and paid for long before I came onto YouTube. I got a car bought and paid for long before.
Again, I think she inherited the home. I don't give a fuck, but the truth is hard for her.
I came on YouTube. I've worked my butt off my entire life. I have worked for myself since 2018, long before I was on the streets of YouTube.
Since 2018, she's been self-employed. What'd you do before that? Oh, never mind. We already know. Burnt toast already exposed that. Check.
But somehow I need to get a job and don't know how to take care of myself. Okay. I just find that ultra hilarious. I changed over here. We were making good progress and being able to help a lot of families. All this has done is hindered our ability to help families, which is what they want. Why would anybody want families to be hindered? Because they can scoop in and get the scoop, right? They can make money. Because what's very difficult for them is when you have a content creator that actually puts boots on the ground, the person that has boots on the ground typically gets more views than, say, somebody that sits at home and is lazy smoking on weed all day and God knows what else, right? So you have that. So you have the lazy ambitious group, right? And you got the go-getters. And so the lazy ambitious group, they want to bitch, scream, moan, and groan about the people that get up and actually do work, because they have to put them down because they don't want people to know how little bit of work they do for their thousands and thousands of dollars that they never contribute to a case or even go out. Like, if you want to talk smack about me and you want to show how horrible I am out in the field, why would you steal my content instead of just going out there and recording me live and out in the field? It doesn't seem to make sense, does it? Doesn't seem to make sense. Like, you wouldn't even have to worry about copyright claims if you just, like, if I was the pun of your content, then why aren't you out my front door getting real content about me? Why are you just stealing the content I produced? I'd like to know that. But is anything stopping you from taking your thousands of dollars and paying for airfare, auto rental, food, lodging to get your story?
Again, your subs pay for all of that. Your subs pay for everything that you do.
Oh, it's just easier and cheaper to steal somebody else's and cause them financial harm. What are they going to do when I'm off YouTube? Where's their content going to come from? Like, every single one of
These people need reminded every day that they aren't in their own like little arena. There's a bunch of people like Beddy, BJ. There's many people that are very similar to them, if not worse, in my opinion. They're just one little section that overlaps over here, but there's a bunch of them.
the channels. Maybe I should just delete my channel and come back later. Why not? I know I could build a channel lickety split because people like me. They would lose literally every piece of content that they have ever had. Their channels would be bankrupt.
Oh.
Think about it. Nobody would listen to anything else they talk about.
Really?
They use my name for clout. That's how that works. I'm their pay piggy. Well,
people use her name for clout. Mm-hmm.
Gonna
Yep, definitely want to be like you.
Pay up, baby. You make money off my name and me and my content. I'm sorry. It's unjust, among many other things. And then to criticize me and to insult me and to attack me on a daily basis.
Did she just say people need to pay up if they use her content? I think so. Let's hear.
You make money off my name and me and my content. I'm sorry. It's unjust, among many other things. And then to criticize me and to insult me and to attack me on a daily basis. That's harassment. Then when you put me under constant surveillance on.
What about what you do to the parents of missing children?
Online and offline, have people report back to you, which people behind the scenes know that's true. You know why?
People are there's some sort of reporting system behind the scenes. Thank God I'm always left out of these things.
Because I've seen it for myself.
You've seen it. You've seen it. Really?
You got yourself into a legal pickle.
A legal pickle. You got yourself into a legal pickle.
Don't be crying and saying that I'm filing a frivolous lawsuit.
That's exactly what you did, and I have a feeling these depositions are going to prove that.
Don't be crying and complaining that I am doing horrible things to you. No, you did horrible things to me. I did absolutely nothing to this woman.
Okay, remember that going into tonight. Big words.
Absolutely nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Didn't say anything bad about her. Didn't talk about her. Didn't want to know where she lived.
Survey says that's incorrect.
Didn't want to send people to her house. Didn't keep her
on this channel. Again, I'm not going to show it unless I put a screen up, but she's still got Queen Bee's entire history on her channel.
Under surveillance. Never had my audience members watch her endlessly or go through her entire life and all of her social medias. We never did any of that.
Meanwhile, again, a video shows her doing just that.
They did that to me.
Oh, really?
All right, guys, take it for what you will. I would really like people to stop with the shenanigans and allow these people to create their own problem and their own demise all by themselves. No need to stick your neck out any further than you already have.
How far is that next stretch today? Are you stretching further?
It's time to let it go, cut your losses, and move on and send me what you have, right?
Oh, cut your losses, move on, but send her what you have first and foremost.
Because you don't need to be brought into this legal mess.
So sending her what you have is bringing you into the lawsuit. But okay, all right, sure.
Let's just put that out there like that.
Okay.
For the creators that don't want to bring the truth, tell me the truth of what happened, and send me what you have. That's what I'm asking. God bless you.
And of course, the God bless you. God bless you. Well. I love this for her. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Show. Here's another one. We'll start this a little bit today. I thought it was really interesting that she was so excited to have this one. You know, she was forced into this. Everything was going so well for her. She was going to prove all these things. She was so pompous back then. She was then excited, you know, that this is over with, but she didn't like the fact that Queen said they won. She was like, oh, nope. You know, took right to her little community wall to try and throw her little pissy fit, just like she's been doing. But the other day, she talks about bringing another frivolous lawsuit. So what do we have? We have the Queen Bee that went on for over 2 years. Then she became a part of the RICO and racketeering against Granny and Barbecue Lady. Now she is threatening to go legal on other people. We'll just touch on this. We've got 27 minutes before Burnt Toast starts. We'll just touch on this some today, and then I will do more of Beddy tomorrow.
Children. We deal with a lot of parents that give a crap about their children. So the parents that we represent here on this show, these are never good dates. Never good dates. Now, I do realize in this particular case, the mom and the stepdad are very thankful that 2 years is coming because they haven't been caught or arrested or thrown in jail for any of their trespasses on Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. And those.
So it's one thing what Beddy does to content creators, fellow content creators, but it's a whole other ballgame what she does to the victims and the families of the victims. That's her main target. She really likes to go after parents of missing children that there's no proof or evidence to support her theories. But once she's got it in, she does not give a fuck. And don't forget that this is the woman who has a missing child's name tattooed on her. She has no relation, didn't know the missing child, nothing. She went out and got a tattoo, and now she is actually bitched about the size of the tattoo. She's bitched about the size of the tattoo of this missing child's name on her body. She made a choice to go get this tattoo, but now has the audacity to bitch about the size of, yeah, fuck her. She's talking about Chris and Katie right here, for those of you that might not know.
Trespasses include 5 different CPS reports, 5 different visits to their home in a 14-month period. Obviously, something was going.
And again, those aren't publicly available. She had to access those through Seth.
Going on in that house, in that county, covered it up and did not even let the biological father, Seth Rogers, which you just saw in the chat saying hi.
We have no proof that that is true, that Seth wasn't alerted or wasn't aware of what was going on. And again, I pushed back on 5 reports, but here we are.
Seth Rogers has been an advocate for his son, trying to find out the truth, and he has been fighting their local government and law enforcement in Sumner County because it's corrupted.
So him advocating means him standing outside Sumner County screaming at them about having knowledge of where his child is, or making offhanded remarks about their sexuality. That's what he's been doing to the sheriffs. Yeah, he's advocating for his child. Right. Okay, by doing all that. Kay says, thanks for the warm-up pre-show. Just a reminder, we all needed. Now, excuse me, barf and have some ginger ale before tonight's main event. Thank you, Kay. Yeah, tonight will be great.
This family has a lot of ties into that community, and their family gives that community a lot of money by way of impact fees because they are developers and builders in that community. So they are the strongest support of that local government, as many of you guys know that are involved in politics.
She's so proud of being from Florida that she went and bought the merch for Alligator Alcatraz and thought it was just so funny. Meanwhile, thankfully, they're starting to be located, some of them, the 1,200 that were missing from Alligator Alcatraz. There are some that have been located in a facility in East Montana. But yeah, Beddy thought it was so cute, drain the swamp of sorts is her fucking bullshit all the time. Florida can keep her.
One of the biggest things here is our builders, our developers buying and paying our local government, right?
That's not a joke. She bought a fucking merch shirt about Alligator Alcatraz. Yeah, she was really proud and thought it was just fucking cute.
They have a lot of pull in local government, so we have to sever that. Every chance.
He also continues repeatedly to say, current time, that if you don't like it here, just get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of our country. Bitch, where did you come from? Because last I knew, this wasn't your fucking land to begin with. And the audacity of you.
Again, I'm in there making sure that our developers here in Manatee County know their role and stuff like that. But there in Sumner County, they don't have that that strength in that community. All they have is corrupt practices and good old boys club. And that's what we got out of this community over a decade, 15 years ago. 15 in the last 2 decades. We've been
I thought you were moving to Sumner County to run for office. You told us that months ago. Shut the fuck up.
Working on it. It hasn't been an easy process, but all communities have these problems, especially when they go from small communities into much larger.
I think people need to. I'm gonna have to go find that. I know I have a copy of it somewhere. When Beddy and her were on panel together. God, that would have been end of 2022, beginning of 2023. I'm going to have to go find that. I'm sure Burnt Toast covered it too. That's another interesting one that I think would play really well into the previous Beddy.
More focused. The reason why Sumner County probably would have been able to act and engage in this practice for a very, very, very long time, for many more years.
Tribal Gal, did you see what she did about the haka? Did you see her disgusting display about the haka? I was mind blown. The shit she has openly spewed, the hate and the rhetoric that she has been openly just proudly supporting and spewing. But again, these are talking points from her people that she watches. It was the most disgusting thing I have seen.
Had it not been for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' disappearance. And then their corruption and their corrupt practices have become a front stage.
I'll show you guys.
Front stage for that community. Now everybody knows how horrible they are, including arresting people for DUIs they didn't commit and First Amendment and constitutional as well as civil rights grounds. They do very good at trying to protect themselves from civil liability, and how they're able to do that is all they have to do is pass you through to the probable cause hearing. So this is that preliminary hearing that they pushed me through, even though they knew that their case failed. They did that intentionally so I could not sue that county. They're very dirty. They're very corrupted. And now we see them. I'm going to force them to arrest me again. I'm going to force them to arrest me again for non-compliance, right?
Right.
For not violating any law, because I want to sue that county so stinking bad. But now I'm left with Katie and Chris. And I do plan on suing the shit out of them. I told you I feel bankruptcy is in their future. I feel that they're living paycheck to paycheck as is with all the stuff that they've got and the little bit of money that they're making. I think it's time for them to be met with the fate of their own horrible stuff.
We'll finish this one up tomorrow. I'm going to show you this before I leave because people aren't realizing what I'm talking about. This is Beddy's breaking Discord lie, Tyler Robinson, Charlie Kirk. This is just one of her horrific displays recently, where she is openly showing her racism, very, very openly and very, very proud. And you'll notice the post behind her. This is when she was talking about colleges being indoctrination camps, and she calls it trans Tifa. She is claiming that there's a transgender militia group of sorts that has been formed. No proof, no documentation whatsoever, just Beddy spewing typical talking points of other people and running with it. Tribal Gal, this is rough. Thank you for being a member for 3 months. And Tamzilla, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the cabana. And people need to really, when we talk about this, please separate out the fact you're party identifiers. Leave that at the door. This isn't about a Republican versus a Democrat thing where your beliefs are. This is about insanity versus humanity. And this outward display of racism has no place at all, has no place in 2025. And Beddy is trying to become and really push, people like Beddy are trying to push that this is the face of the Republican Party. This is what you see from the conservative Republican Party. Sorry, again, you don't speak for people, I know. And fuck you. But that's why it's so, like, leave those identifiers at the door, because this is so beyond that. Here you go.
The only thing I don't like is saltwater catfish. I made the mistake of catfish, lobster. I was on the dock and food.
I'm going to fast forward it a little bit.
Is that, you know, pull the oil out of the at all, and I'm seeing people are no, I'm sorry. I know that people say it's a religion, and I'm not touching.
Okay, let me back this up.
And said this is not right.
And the reason I have a problem with this is because she claims she's a Christian woman. So Christians, love thy neighbor. Whether you agree with other people's beliefs, that is something that the foundation should be, is that we respect all belief systems, no matter if we agree with them or not. It's love thy neighbor, respect. That's a good Christian, and what I know. Here's Beddy.
I'm not too far from Dearborn Heights. It's very Islam. I know. Dearborn scares me.
So somebody mentions in the comments something about Islamic.
That's where I was talking about seeing this, you know, the hitting the I'm like, no. I swear, when I saw that video, just something came over me and said, this is not right. This is not right. Out there in those streets like that, this is not right. This does not sit well with me at all.
So she's mixing two cultures, Islam versus the haka, what she is, the movements that she is showing in the traditional dance or traditional celebratory. They use it for funerals, graduations. It's the haka. It actually, I think, originates in New Zealand.
At all. And I'm seeing people are no, I'm sorry.
Yes, thank you.
I'm sorry. I know that people say it's a religion, and I'm not touching the book. I don't want to crack the book. I've done some research, and it made me feel demonic when I was doing the research. I don't like it. Okay, I can tell when something is not like it. There's something about it that just every time I try to look in, it just something keeps me away from it. Just keeps me away from it. It's telling me my body, my spirit, whatever's out there in the universe, that aura thing, it's rejecting it. Okay, it is absolutely 100% rejecting it. It is not me rejecting it. It is my body. It is whatever I don't understand about my body that's rejecting it. Because every time I see it, something in the pit of my stomach tells me this is not right. It's not right. Yeah, I'm telling you. Like, I was just doing, I was trying to research some, because I was doing, I was on X making some posts. And I was basically making my argument about why I think Islam, whatever, the Quran or whatever it is, just needs to be like outlawed. And it was because of some of the barbaric passages. Just even looking up those, it did not, like, there was something about even just looking it up with me. Like,
she's so misinformed. It's hard to even listen to any of this. But again, in Beddy's world, and you can be offended by me saying this, if it's not white, it's not right. She shows that very proudly. There are videos of her showing or throwing up the white power symbol. She displays this very proudly, and especially right now. She is very openly displaying her racism and bigotry and all of it.
I felt something that I didn't like. And I'm sorry. I trust that whatever that thing is that I don't know, that same thing that when I pulled up to 1188 King Road, or 1122 King Road, when I pulled up there and I said, there's no way it's any of their friends that they go to school with. None of the ones that I saw pictures of. I knew the minute I rolled up on that property where 4 people lost their lives, I knew it was somebody. I don't know how I knew it, but I came and I went live to you guys right then. And I said, this is somebody we're not even looking at, folks. And I remember putting that bombshell out and nobody wanted to believe me until Brian Koberger over in left field's name came up. And it's like, I'm told you, this is somebody we're not even looking at. I knew right then and there when I walked on that property at that house that we were looking in all the wrong places. And I'm talking about the community in general. It's that thing that I don't understand. That thing that when I got there that I knew that this was none of their friends. That's the thing I'm talking about, that every time I see these people doing these exercises out in public that give me this ick. And
it gives her the ick. So because she doesn't understand, it gives her the ick. People like you disgust me.
And if it's me, it's me. And I'm fine with that. It still gives me the ick. So I got to roll with it. Intuition. Yeah. Sometimes I feel too much emotion and I have to distance myself from things if it makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, just wait.
Yeah. So I'm not going to be apologetic. I'm just going to speak my truth. People are going to, if it offends people, it offends people. It's not intentional, but in these very, very dark times that we're dealing with in our country, I just want I just, right now, I think everybody that doesn't belong here just needs to leave.
Bye, Beddy. That means all of us, besides Native American, indigenous people, would. Beddy, what? Since when did we just openly forget and spit in the face of indigenous people? When?
I think that, we need to get I feel like we need to get our country back in a healthy place before we take anything on. Like, I think all the visas, everything. I just think we need everybody the hell out of the country that doesn't live here, that doesn't belong here. I don't care if it makes a company fall to their knees. I guarantee if they're a good company worth their salt, they're not going to fall apart. I just want everybody to go home, just go home for a while. Let us
just go home for a while.
Get the country back together. And then we'll start bringing people back that have been properly vetted so we can feel safe and comfortable in our own backyards.
Just send them home so they can be properly vetted through Beddy's screening process. Is this a fucking joke? Unfortunately, it's not, because she's not the only one that feels this way or is openly spreading this type of rhetoric and propaganda. Yeah.
And right now, I very rarely leave my home. And,
because she's scared. She lives in fear. Meanwhile, people don't want to talk about how many murdered and missing indigenous people we have, that they don't even have the access to the funding or the So we're just going to continue to take okay, all right.
A while, I thought it had something to do with, maybe some PTSD from the cases that I'm covering.
Oh, it's just PTSD, right?
But I don't think it has anything to do. I used to be very outgoing. I was at every freaking rally. I was at anything that had people. I was always there. I would go from one side of the state.
Again, you were at every white rally you could possibly attend. Let's stop sugarcoating this shit.
To another side of the state. I'd be, over in Miami one day and up in Tampa the next day. It was a crazy life that I led. but I was very, very outgoing, very, very energetic. And it was just like, just little by slow, they started trying to keep me in my house. And that
Who's they tried to keep you in your house?
came from the hate channels.
Oh, the hate channels. Back to the hate channels. Perfect branch off part. The hate channels tried to isolate her in her home. That's why I say, please recognize that she identifies and is publicly speaking, and many others just like her that are spewing the same rhetoric as conservative. This is why I push back and say, please drop those labels, because this is insanity. This isn't, she don't speak for everybody I know that's conservative, because God forbid people feel this way. I mean, unfortunately, there's too many as is that feel this way and have openly been proud to show this side of them lately. But this takes you back to today. She flat out said right here, if you disagree with her, but what do I expect from deeply troubled, mentally ill, liberal women?
That same playbook that I'm talking about, that we're seeing orchestrated on a very smaller level with me than what we saw there. But I just find it awfully funny that this same playbook that we're finding out
Absolutely.
from this person is the same playbook that's been played on this channel or on this platform multiple times from hate channels.
No, it's not the hate channels playing this. It's actually the propaganda playbook that comes from all the way down. And you're just a part of the cog in the machine.
Where did they get that? I believe that the trans community has been around a lot longer than the...
What is it? Mesopotamia? I can't say that word correctly. But yeah.
These hate channels. But they're getting this playbook.
How do you even fucking, how is she making,
But that we're finding out from this person is the same playbook that's been played on this channel or on this platform multiple times from hate channels. Where did they get that? I believe that the trans community has been around a lot longer than these hate channels. But
this is the one I lost my shit over that night.
They're getting this playbook from someone. They're getting this playbook from someone. It means a lot to me that you feel this way. Unfortunately, I see it as we've been divided and wronged by our political leaders. Everything is a tool. I agree.
Beddy's true fashion, she has always mixed religion and politics into anything she does. It is why she does the things she does, and it's her playbook. It really is. When she talks about a playbook, she is definitely one using political propaganda and rhetoric on top of the Christian nationalism movement. You can disagree with me all you want. That's my opinion based on what we have watched her openly do, who she spews talking points of. She literally said the other day that she wanted to kiss Kash Patel. I'll show you guys that tomorrow. I'll bring up a lineup of Beddy's finer moments recently. But she said she wanted to kiss Kash Patel. Kash Patel, again, is the deputy, or he is the director of the FBI. Kash Patel had been in hearings that day and had lied before the Oversight Committee numerous times as they are trying to protect a prolific trafficking ring. She says that she stands for protecting our children. Well, she wanted to kiss the man who is doing everything in his power because of his marching orders, in my opinion, to lie about the Epstein files. Again, I'm going to leave you with this note before I send you over to Burnt Toast, because I will go here. If you really stand for protecting the children, call your representatives and tell them to vote for releasing the Epstein files. I will not be a part of a group of people who is okay with pedophiles being protected, and from any side, expose them all. Those victims deserve justice. And if we are really against trafficking, then why the fuck are we covering it up? Everybody should have a problem with what is being done. They are refusing to swear in one of our new elected here in Arizona because she will be the final vote. And they are doing everything to avoid that. that should be a problem. And when we have Senator Ted Cruz saying, oh, hold on. I'll leave you on that note. Fuck it. Because these things matter to me. Let me see if I can find it really quick. And the reason, again, you can like these people all you want, but this is what is truly being said. Pika, can I add that in tomorrow? Is that one okay? To add in tomorrow into that discussion?
Yep.
Can I go with the Cruz one? Is that okay?
Yep.
Here you go.
Senator Booker also said we should have bipartisan agreement. I think that's a great idea. We should have bipartisan agreement.
This is Senator Ted Cruz.
How about we all come together and say, let's stop murders? How about we all come together and say, let's stop rape? How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles?
Come again, sir? Come again, sir? Come again, sir? Come again? And these are the people that Beddy and friends promote and spew their talking points of. This is Senator Ted Cruz. Let's hear it again.
Come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles.
The Triple X Party.
We all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles.
No, thanks. Nah, expose them all. Every single one of them. Expose them all. That was Senator Ted Cruz. We'll talk about more of that tomorrow with Beddy's bullshit and where she's getting her talking points from, because it's really concerning to me that people don't realize where she's getting a lot of her rhetoric and her talking points. Unfortunately, this stuff is happening all around us. All around us. Pika, did you answer me? Do you want me to play that one really quick? Or can we inlay it with a longer discussion tomorrow? If you are okay with that. I didn't see you respond. I'm sure you're okay with that, though. We'll throw it in tomorrow. Pika's got some good shorts to throw in about Hispanic people. Yeah, there you go. All right, you guys. Oh my gosh, Tribal Gal. When I do other content, I tap out a little bit on the political stuff, and then it takes me days to catch up, and it's so much right now that it's hard to keep up on. But something that will always bother me is Beddy always using political propaganda to inlay with what she's done. Even with Queen Bee, you know, she says that if we disagree with Beddy's actions, then we're liberal. What? Just because we disagree with what Beddy has done, she's trying to use that in this lawsuit with Queen Bee. It's so fucking weird. It's so fucking weird. No, you're good. I'll put that in tomorrow to our layout. Yeah, crazy shit. But be aware. Be aware of where they're coming from with all of this shit. Lil D, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. All right, you guys, have a great time at Burnt Toast. I will see you guys over there. Bye, y'all.